Miss Neat lived in Tidy Cottage. It was called Tidy Cottage because she kept it neat and tidy. Little Miss Neat was a very tidy person, probably the tidiest person in all the world. She couldn't stand a mess, and so she was always scrubbing and dusting and running the vacuum cleaner.
Oh, I do like to see things neat and tidy, spick and span, if you know what I mean.
She spent every day polishing and dusting and cleaning and making sure that everything was in its proper place.
I do like to see things in their proper place.
One morning, little Miss Neat awoke in her bedroom in Tidy Cottage and looked out of her bedroom window. It had been raining during the night, and there was a puddle in the middle of her garden path. She gasped in horror.
Oh, that's so nasty.
And rushed outside with her dust rag.
Oh, no. Oh, this just will not do.
She mopped up every drop of the puddle, and then she rushed inside and washed the duster. And then she ironed the duster. And then she folded the duster. And she placed the duster very neatly back into its drawer. Everything in Tidy Cottage had its proper place.
I do like to see things put into their proper places.
Now, this story is about the time little Miss Neat went on vacation. She always went away for 1 week every summer, and this year was no different. But do you know, she spent 2 weeks packing and then spent the whole day polishing her suitcase?
Neat and tidy, clean and shiny, that's how things should be.
At last, she was ready to leave Tidy Cottage, all spick and span, neat and tidy.
Oh, I hope it doesn't get too dusty while I'm away,
she said as she closed the door behind her. But something worse than getting dusty was going to happen to Tidy Cottage. Now, last week, Mr. Muddle had written to Miss Neat to tell her he was coming to see her. But being Mr. Muddle, he got into a muddle mailing the letter. Actually, what happened was, when Mr. Muddle went to mail the letter, he had a letter in one hand and a half-eaten cheese sandwich in the other. And you can guess what happened, can't you? That's right. He mailed the sandwich. A mailed cheese sandwich.
Oh, yes. It'll be nice seeing Miss Neat again.
He chuckled to himself as he walked home.
This sandwich is a bit chewy.
It was the day after Miss Neat left that Mr. Muddle arrived and knocked on the door. There was no reply.
Bye.
He shouted. Then he realized he should have said hello.
Hello?
You see, he isn't called Mr. Muddle for nothing.
Nobody home?
He called. He pushed open the door.
Oh, dear.
He thought, as he looked around.
Nobody home? Never mind. I'll just make myself a cup of hot chocolate and wait for Miss Neat.
So he went into the kitchen of Tidy Cottage and made himself a cup of hot chocolate. And waited, and waited, and waited some more.
I think I'll have another chocolate. Now, where in the world did I put that pot? Where did I put the chocolate? Where did I put the milk? Where did I put the sugar? Where did I put the spoon?
By the time he got to drink the hot chocolate, it was getting dark and time to go home. 1 week later, a taxi arrived outside Tidy Cottage.
Here we are, miss. Home sweet home,
said the taxi driver.
That was a lovely vacation, but I'm glad to be home. I'm gasping for a cup of chocolate.
She walked up the path.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Miss Neat went through the front door and looked around.
Not too dusty. I think I'll make that nice cup of chocolate I promised myself before I start unpacking and tidying.
But making a cup of chocolate after a Mr. Muddle visit isn't quite as easy as it sounds. Little Miss Neat eventually found the pot, not in its proper place.
In the refrigerator?
And she eventually found the milk, not in its proper place.
In the teapot?
And the chocolate.
In the sugar bowl?
And the sugar.
In the milk
And
jug?
a cup.
In the oven?
And a saucer.
In the bread box?
But could she find a teaspoon?
I can't find a teaspoon.
She could not. The telephone rang. Little Miss Neat picked it up.
Hello, Miss Neat here.
At the end of the line, Mr. Muddle suddenly realized he was holding the telephone the wrong way around, so he turned it the right way around.
Goodbye.
He began,
Who is this speaking?
Well, it's you.
replied Mr. Muddle. Miss Neat thought for a moment.
Oh, it's Mr. Muddle speaking, isn't it?
Well, yes.
Replied Mr. Muddle, getting it right for once.
And you paid me a visit while I was on vacation, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Replied Mr. Muddle, getting it right for twice.
Can I come and see you now that you're back from vacation?
I suppose so. Goodbye.
Right. Hello. Hello.
Said Mr. Muddle, and put the phone down. Little Miss Neat sighed a heavy sigh and sat down in the armchair next to the phone.
Oh!
She looked underneath the cushion, and there were all her knives and forks.
Oh, my.
I don't think little Miss Neat will be taking a vacation next year. Do you?